The Pakistani government, led by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, has decided to resume trade with India and has appointed Qamar Zama Khaira as Minister of Trade in the Pakistan High Commission in New Delhi to oversee the process. Shehbaz Sharif, unlike his predecessor, Imran Khan, is an experienced politician who understands the importance of improving relations with India. The change in government in Islamabad signal not only the restoration of civility in relations between India and Pakistan, but also a push for normalisation of relations between the two neighbours. The new regime, intent on reviving a dying economy, and Pakistan understands that inciting tensions and skirmishes with India will likely destabilise its economy even further. A reconciliatory regime in Islamabad may present India with an opportunity. A favourable regime change may reopen the backrooms. But India is unlikely to rush to the table for formal talks anytime soon. Because warm hugs are usually met with a cold dagger in Pakistan, and history has taught India to be extremely cautious. And India regards the Shehbaz Sharif government as a temporary one, and will not expend much political capital or effort to repair relations. Ties between India and Pakistan have worsened after a terror attack on Indian Pathankot Air Force Base in 2016 by terror groups based in the neighbouring country. Subsequent attacks, including one on an Indian Army camp in Uri. The relationship further deteriorated after India announced withdrawing the special powers of Jammu and Kashmir, which downgraded diplomatic ties and expelled the Indian High Commissioner in Islamabad. It also snapped all air and land links with India and suspended trade and railway services. And, according to some Pakistani analysts, any move by PM Sharif's government toward trade with India will be a sellout of Kashmiris as well as the start of a soft surrender to Indian hegemony. Previously, following the abrogation of Article 370 of the Indian Constitution, the then Prime Minister Imran Khan rejected the same recommendation to resume trade with India. He had also ended diplomatic ties with India. Well, one thing is certain, the gun will always be in the hands of the Pakistani military, and on the head of every elected Pakistani government. The army and the Secret Service (ISI) continue to run the country in subtle but powerful way. And, as long as the moves satisfy the Pakistan army, then there will be no issues and the country's relations with India may improve. At present, the army is likely to push any new government towards reconciliation with the US and Arab allies, like UAE and Saudi, and also wants good relations with India to revive its struggling economy. Pakistan Army Chief Bajwa has also indicated that he wants to move ahead from Kashmir issue. He said all disputes with India should be settled. It is worth noting that the Pakistani delegation will take part in a multilateral event in which India will host the meeting of the SCO's RATs next week. It will be the first government delegation to visit India since the new government took over in Islamabad following the unceremonious departure of Imran Khan's government. The deteriorated relationship appears to be returning to normalcy. The SCO's RATs meeting will take place from May 16th to 19th in Delhi. All members of the SCO grouping will attend the summit. The SCO's RATs, based in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, is a permanent body of the organization that aims to combat terrorism, extremism, and separatism in the region. The SCO grouping is one of the largest groupings, covering around 40% of the global population and 30% of global GDP. The grouping is dominated by Russia and China, and includes 4 Central Asian countries of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. While SCO as a grouping came into existence in 2001. India and Pakistan became its members in 2017. Though the decision to resume trade with India is seen as a significant advancement in terms of the country's terrible economic situation, But many see it as a major compromise by Islamabad and a retreat from its previous stance against India after the Modi government abrogated Article 370 of its constitution and changed the special status of Jammu and Kashmir. Therefore, even if Pakistan's leadership changes, it is prudent to keep a low level of expectation from India-Pakistan relations. However, some small steps could be expected. It also appears that the army has been eager to improve commercial and economic relations with India. Also, the present government led by PM Sharif is a businessman, and such a move would appeal to him.